Welcome friends to my kitchen. Benvinți a mia cucina. What am I making today? I am making something that I've always wanted to try it, but I never had the guts to it until today. I got sweetbread in my oven, proven, and now I'm gonna tackle myself to do baklava. What is baklava? Baklava is a Greek Middle East dessert. I never tried it because it seems like so sweet and it took a lot of work, but I'm gonna try it. So anyway, this is the perfect time for Christmas where you can give it away. You don't have to keep it. If I made it when it's not a holiday, I would have to keep that. So anyway, so I'm gonna make today a baklava, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make this. We're both gonna learn. So let me tell you what ingredients you need for a baklava. This is what I have. I've had here phyllo dough. It's the very fine puff pastry, but it's the little very thin layers. I have this damp towel on top because I don't want them to dry. In here I have some toasted walnuts, toasted almonds, and pistachios. I put it in my food processor, and you wanted to make it really fine. It's really ground up. I need some cinnamon, some cloves, I need some butter, and then the only sugar it takes is half a cup of sugar, and then there's a syrup that will have more sugar, but inside this is it. So I'm gonna start with that. So I'm gonna add half a cup of sugar. I need half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a quarter of a teaspoon of cloves, because cloves is very potent. Let's see, the smallest one, this one, 1/8 of a teaspoon. So anyway, like I said, I've always wanted to try to make this recipe, but it seemed like so much work and so tedious, so complicated. But the more I looked, I've watched many videos, and then it doesn't seem like. And this is something I can give it away now, and I don't have to keep all this with me. So I'm going to start brushing the bottom of my cookie sheet, because we don't want this to stick. So we want this really well brushed with butter. And I have here a cup of butter. You want butter, you don't want margarine. You want the real stuff. So this is the part that, for me, it seems like so hard. These little sheets are so fine. So I'm gonna put one in the bottom, and then I'm gonna brush with butter. And we're gonna keep doing this. Let's cover this. I'm gonna do this until I have 7 layers, 7 to 8 layers. And you wanna end up with the top layer with no filling. Okay, brush it, making sure there's plenty of butter. Don't be stingy with the butter. I love learning things like this. And this is not Portuguese, but you know what? In my channel, we don't just do Portuguese stuff. So for those people that are coming in, we do different things. I'm always love to learn different things. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna put some of this filling, and you want to be very generous. Okay. We're gonna do 2 layers of the filling, so leave enough for the other filling, for the other layer. Now we go. one layer. This one. I'm gonna do all this and then I'll show you when I'm on the last layer. Okay friends, I'm almost to my last layer. I have to melt a little bit more butter. So it depends how well you butter your sheets. So you might have to have extra butter. So I'm putting my last sheets down. I want them really buttered well. And this is what I've been doing. I've been pouring the butter. I remember first time I ate it years ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. But you know, those days we didn't have the phones where we could look for recipes. We didn't have videos that we could watch it. So, okay. My top is well buttered. You want a very sharp knife. And I'm going to cut in little strips. Okay. First we make strips. And make sure you go all the way. And you don't want them too big. You don't want these big pieces. You can measure if you want to be precise how big your strips are, but I'm just going by eye. It's not worse. You need to cut it now. Otherwise it won't come out. And to cut it after, it's too hard. And now we're going to cut it into diamond shapes. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to cut them all and then I'll show you. Because this takes a long time. Okay friends, here it is, my baklava. All cut. It's all cut up. You gotta have a sharp knife and patient because it's very easy to mess all up. So now I'm gonna bake this for 45 minutes at 350 and then I'll show you. Okay friends, so now we're gonna make a syrup. That when the baklava is done, we're gonna put this syrup over that. I have 1 cup of honey. The recipe asks for 2 cups of sugar. I'm only putting 1. Too much sugar for me. I wanna eat some of this. And I'm gonna put zest of 2 lemons. You can also put orange. I don't have oranges. I forgot to bring oranges for my mother-in-law. So I'm going to do lemon. I like lemon. So I'm just going to take the yellow part and then I'm going to put this on the stove until it comes to a boil. Okay friends, my baklava is done. And now that syrup that we made, we're going to drizzle all over this. And make sure that everything is soaked with this syrup. Now we're gonna let this soak overnight. Like I'm gonna let it cool, then I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator, and then we'll have some of it. I will show you before I pack it. I'm gonna make some gifts with this. Okay? So everything is soaked. There's liquid at the bottom, and that's what you want. This new year, you give it a try to make something different. Something you've never made it. Maybe you wanted to make it. Because that's what I'm gonna do. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Give me some thumbs up. Share my videos on your social media with your family and friends. Until next time. Have a good day. Let's get cooking.